Got my man Lupe Fiasco.
Yeah, but
also...
you know how to turn this into ignorance. Whoo Kid is a master at taking like
come on, Lupe, man.
pureness, righteousness, and just ignifying it, huh?
But behind every ignorance, you know, there's a message, you know.
Yeah, indeed. And then I give you that. I give you that. You're definitely not just shock jocking for the sake of shock jocking.
Of course, man.
You definitely have a point.
It's amazing we've been getting all the awareness on like the females, especially with the Nas songs, like Daughters.
Yeah,
it seems to be like an awareness the last 2-3 months on the female, I guess, the activities that they do, and then you know I don't have a daughter, but
right, but it's still, even with that, it still reflects on the man. It still reflects on it's the relationship between that, you know, between the man, because it's literally it's a daughter, so she has to have a father. So
it also teaches us how to. Yeah, like, treat him with respect, I guess.
I felt Nas was more expressing his faults and fears and strengths as a father through his daughter, through kind of making a song about how he deals with the situations with his daughter, as necessarily trying to, you know, point daughters need to do this and your daughter need to do that. It's like, nah, this is for the dudes. You know, and the same thing with Bitch Bass, the relationship, people get caught up in that it's talking about a girl. It's like, no, there's two tragic situations in there. There's this little kid, you know, this little boy who grows up and he has a certain mentality drilled in his head and how he thinks and looks out at the world, you know, and then it doesn't get to the point where which one is right and which one is wrong. It just makes a statement that things that exist. And with this hip hop music and any music that expresses those ideals has a power, you know, and a power to change and affect people, you know, and it's not even to be careful with it, but just to recognize that it exists, because you need that every few years. You need it needs to come back around and, you know, get people to think like, oh, okay, I have power and I have to be responsible for what I say.
Yeah. Like, what was the price of the vagina? Like,
you know, there's some, and honestly, you know how it may sound ignorant right now. No, there's a full on. If you look at a lot of the feminist movements, and I'm sure you'll get a bunch of feminists calling in.
Yeah,
a few
of course,
minutes.
Man. Yeah,
you know, but you'll get the feminists calling in, and that's a real core of their thing, and it's not a bad thing. It's like to recognize that it has value. You know what I'm saying? A cultural value, everything. And there's economies of the vagina, you know.
It kind of like runs everything now.
So there was a lady, she was talking about how now it keeps money to keep your vagina up. You know what I'm saying? You gotta trim it. You gotta get the washes and the things and the whole joint. But for real. But honestly, ladies and gentlemen, it came from me listening to like NPR, and it was a feminist on there who just wrote a book, and that was one of the chapters in her book. It was like the economies of the vagina, and it was like, oh wow.
Yo, you'd be surprised, man. You think I'm making this shit up, man? Like, you know, when I go overseas, it's like, you know, the sex shit is like the biggest shit out there. Like, that shit runs countries.
Yeah.
So it's, you know, I'm not that ignorant now. You know what I'm saying?
It's definitely sex and that whole thing has always been around and with us, and it'll always be. It's human nature. That's how we all got here.
We're gonna have to break down your title here, man. You got a really long title for this album coming out in September, man. Food and Liquor Part 2, the Great American Rap Album Part 1.
Yeah.
Like, yo, you gotta tell me that I'm fucking ignorant. I was on drugs.
So I know, man. We abbreviated on Twitter.
Okay,
man.
Thank you.
FL2. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, you broke it down. Okay.
GARA Part 1. You know what I'm saying?
So you got in this new album, you figure you got a new way of like us to look at what, you know, your creation here.
It's really, honestly, man, the record is about this Great American part is about the concept is trying to, you know, speak on the American experience, the American nightmare, the American dream, American phenomena, American music, American food, all that, right? And then the rap album part is just songs just about rapping. Rappity rap for rapping, rap's sake. No hooks, just rapping. So it's like half the song is this consciously aware kind of piece, and the other one's just straight rapping. You know, keep it easy.
And Bitch Bad, man. I heard rumors you trying to get Nicki Minaj on there. Get a nice big...
Who said that? Where did that come from?
Big butt trying to come in there, huh? A little butt shot on that.
No, there was talk. Honest, there was talk of like a remix. That was kind of like just, you know, I guess water cooler chatter. And it was like, who would jump on here and kind of murk that and speak it? And and like I said, the song's not trying to put anybody down. Yeah, it's definitely not trying to do that. So it's still open for people who you would assume to be the BB. You know, the King BB.
For some reason, come in and rock every time I bring this shit up, when Big Sean was up here, we talked about the Ass record, and then all of a sudden Nicki Minaj is on there. Now we talk about this. Would not be surprised.
Hopefully. We'll see. We'll see. That would be great. That would be fantastic. You know what I'm saying?
It's a little ignorant. Like last weekend, I brought up, you know, the shooting and everything. But it's like, you know, when Obama stops what he's doing to make speeches on it, I understand that that's part of his job. But you brought up Chicago. There's like what was it, like 50-something people died in
my man,
in like a week or something like that.
He should be going to New Orleans.
Yeah,
he should be going to Chicago. He should stay. He should just pitch a tent in Chicago because every weekend, every day, it's 3 murders here, and that adds up. You look at us in New Orleans are like murder every weekend. It's like, nah, we the murder capital. It's like, no, we the murder capital.
It's like they're battling to get like the record or something.
I understand that you're going there because it's sensational and the eyes are there. And
someone told me, they told me, like, I stated that, and then they told me, well, there's a difference, Whoo Kid. There's a difference between random shootings and mass shootings. I'm like,
why? What are they talking about?
I mean, people are dying. Like, I don't know.
People get shot, and then
I don't know. I thought I was stupid.
July 4th weekend in Chicago is 22 murders. Yeah. 22 in one night.
That's what I'm saying. Yo, people think I'm crazy, man. I'm glad you're up here.
In one city, bro. I said that as soon as they said, I was like, man, I grieve and I have sympathy for the families. But yo, my man, that's what isolated incident. There's systemic violence in Oakland, systemic violence in New Orleans, where we need Anderson Cooper there every day. He needs to just stay there.
There got to be a speech like every day. Like I told myself, Obama would be exhausted with speeches if he really had to go up every day with all the killings that's going on. And then I understand, the random movie theater shit, people dying, a little baby died like that. That's fucked up.
Yeah.
But I never hear shit about all the other people.
Yeah, little babies is dying in Oakland. Little babies is getting shot through the walls in this city. New Orleans is off the chain. You know what I'm saying? It's like, come on, man. But it's that sensational culture. It's that whole crazy. If it wasn't Batman, if it wasn't because of Batman, it'd have probably got 2 or 3 minutes, and then it was on to the next one. But just because it's crazy and this dude and dyed his hair and it's just bananas. You
think there's a conspiracy thing behind that Batman thing?
Not at all.
You want to fuck with the conspiracy losers out there?
No, I don't want to get into this with you. Whoo Kid, no, thank you. Because Whoo Kid will take it there.
Happy you brought up the shooting thing, man, because this guy bought guns legally and killed people, where the illegal guns are like killing more people than ever out there. But I don't know, man. I don't think there's ever going to be a solution to that unless they say, yo, let's get. You think they want to get rid of all the guns?
What it is the NRA, the most powerful lobby in the world.
Yeah,
and they in America, the richest, and there's these things called graded votes. Where if you vote against, and they give the most money to the candidates, when I say lobbyists, sort of congressmen and these senators and all these people, and they have graded votes, and the NRA will come up and say, hey, this particular bill you're about to vote on, which is connected in some way to guns and selling guns, is a graded vote. So if you vote this way, then we're gonna degrade you in our bank, in our like list of how much money we're gonna give you.
Wow.
So that's and you'll hear it on the news. You'll hear them say, it'll slip out, the NRA, this vote is a graded vote. And that's what that means. That means if you don't vote the way that the NRA wants you to vote for this particular gun control law or whatever, that they're gonna strip your campaign finance and strip whatever they give you. So that balance, and they're the richest. So that balance is there for a reason. They sell guns as a major thing. It's a lot of money in them bullets and clips and guns and things like that. So nuts, you don't want to get into that messing with them white people's money.
I wish I got Lupe for 10 hours, son. It would be serious up here.
So that's, ladies and gentlemen, that's real. That's not an opinion. That's a fact. You can go into the NRA and check it out, and it's there for black and white if you choose to do the research. It's called graded voting.
Do you own a gun? I
have a bunch of guns.
Do you?
Yeah, I got a bunch of guns.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, I got a bunch of them.
So there's a midget chick I know. She was hanging at your range the other day. They said you were shooting Bill O'Reilly's face. Boom! Right?
But you know what? My father. But it's fun. I know a lot about this because my father used to sell guns when we was little kids, like as a gun, literal federal kind of gun dealer or whatever. So he always introduced us to guns the right way, not to go do drive-bys with, but to know how to clean it, take it apart, aim and shoot it, respect it for what it is, to protect the house, protect your family, and that was it. So I've been around that for a minute, so it's not controversial to me. But yeah, I got a bunch of guns.
Album coming out September.
September 25th.
Oh, you got the real date too. I thought it was mid. Okay.
September 25th.
Can you give us a quick like synopsis on it? Like, and then you got to come back again anyway.
Indeed, I do got to come close to the release date, man.
Give us a quick little tease synopsis on it.
Basically, man, it's like I said, it's talking about America, the great American experience, the great American social phenomena, the great American ideals, the American dream, the American nightmare. And it's not really me trying to say definitively what that is. It's just my opinion of what I think that is, using historical facts and things I researched. A lot of thought went into this record. And then the other half of it is just rapping for rap. Dope beats with raps and metaphors and double.
You don't really hate Obama, right? You don't really hate Obama, do you?
No, I don't hate anyone, man. Okay. I don't hate anyone, but I definitely will critique, seriously, and really take it into consideration when people are dying on the end of it.
Yeah, that sucks, man. You want to take bets who's going to win the election this year?
I think Romney's messing up, but we have yet to see them, the white people, really spend their money.
Oh, okay.
the people who really want him.
So they're ignorant on that side.
You've yet to see the ignorance come in and spend their real bread. But I think Obama's gonna take it though.
I think, Obama needs like Jay-Z, you know what I'm saying? Meek Mill's on the back, like, be hard out there. Get the votes.